Good evening and welcome to Northamptonshire, specifically Silverstone, for what is the final round of the Next Gen Legends here on iRacing. This is Season 20 of Next Gen's existence, and Season 20 ends today for these iRacers. My name's Alex Everett, your commentator tonight on behalf of Crest Autosport. Welcome wherever you're watching, whether it's on the Crest Autosport YouTube and Twitch channels or the Next Gen Facebook page. Tonight, we have the final round. 3 races coming up. All of them 15 minutes in length here at the lower southern half of Silverstone's racing complex. The international circuit is the first couple of seconds and the last minute or so of the F1 lap that we know so well. Without further ado, let's get into the action and a bit of a sit rep on the championship before we get underway here at Silverstone. So coming into tonight's wrong standing, sir. So coming into tonight, Mikey Doble leads the championship and has won the championship. A brilliant round at Thompson Speedway 1 week ago, where it was almost an entirely perfect night, and Mikey Doble took the championship in the final race. A little bit of drama along the way to get there, with a bit of contact in the middle of the race, nearly going into the wall, and a spin subsequently, but managed to recover and take the championship win. Bobby Thompson sadly could not attend last week to challenge Mikey Doble for that championship and perhaps take it into this final round, but he will come into this round looking for more wins. He's the driver with the most wins this season, so he'll be looking to get more of them under his belt. Ollie Peters, with his first win of the season in race 3 last week, comes into this round 3rd place in the championship, ahead of Dan Holland, who also couldn't attend last week. 2 points between them, and we'll see who comes out in 3rd place out of the 2 of them. Jamie Dury, our championship host, in 5th place. He's rivaling William Foyle for 6th place. Dave Newsham in 7th place there. 2 podium finishes last time out at the Thompson Speedway. He's rivaling Matt Allen for the 7th position. And a battle going on between Lee Horn and Jeff Perkis for 9th position. So plenty to keep an eye on, and we'll update you as best we can throughout the night on those small battles across the field. And this is how the season has gone until today. Slightly inaccurate calendar here, a bit altered here and there, a couple of different layouts, a couple of different tracks, and a different format. But we started off all them months ago at Brands Hatch, then we journeyed to Donington Park, then it was Lime Rock Park for round 3, Alton Park for round 4, Silverstone National Circuit, so the other half of this circuit, for round 5. Round 6 was the Snetterton 200 layout. Then we were in Daytona for round 7. Oran Park in Australia was round number 8. Last week it was the Bristol Motor Speedway, it was the Thompson Speedway. And this week it is not, sadly, the Lanier Dirt Oval. We're here at Silverstone International. So, how are things going at the moment? Well, we've got 25 drivers in the server at the moment, which will make it one of our biggest grids of the season. I think it'd be tied biggest grid with the Daytona round, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We're going to get to see lots and lots of legends just pouring into the first couple of corners. The village hairpin being turn 3 of the lap, which means there's going to be a lot of cars going 2 and 3 wide, potentially going into that very tight corner on the first lap. Should be very exciting to watch. At the top of the standings at the moment, it is Bobby Thompson. And a little bit of a battle there with, I believe that's Dan Holland behind him. Dan Holland, who will be going for 3rd in the championship tonight. As we mentioned, rivaling 3rd in the championship with Ollie Peters, who's currently 9th in the standings there. Dan Holland, who's hasn't been in the server for very long, so acclimatised into the track. Getting a little bit warmed up, battling with Bobby Thompson to get himself warmed up. That's not a bad battle to be in to get yourself warmed up as he comes into the club complex here. But the drivers we have got to look out for: Dave Newsham. I'm going to give this as a sort of personal impromptu award, but Dave Newsham's one of my most improved drivers of the season. Would you believe it, from an ex-BTCC driver? But yeah, throughout the season, Dave Newsham didn't start so well, and as the season has progressed, he's got better and better in these cars. Has picked up a win, which I think was at Oran Park, or Daytona, one or the other. But yeah, 7th in the championship coming into tonight. Very impressive latter part of the season for Mr. Newsham. A couple of new drivers in the server tonight, and we'll run through some of them very briefly. Gordon Much in 5th place at the moment. Quite a good time on the board there for the new driver today in the 24 car. We've got Luke Bennett not too far behind in the 22 car in 7th position. Liam McNally in the 21 car there. We have Seb Hopkins in the 23 car. Nigel Stock, a new driver today, and a very, very nice livery on that legend indeed. A sort of Jackson Pollock styled green splash paint over the black livery there. That's very, very nice. Now, if Nigel entered a bit earlier in the season, I'd have voted that one of the best liveries on the grid. In fact, one of the best liveries on the grid, we'll switch to him now, is Dan Holland in the Chrome Effect blue, I think it's IBM Racewear livery. Well, it's not, it's a different company. I can't quite get close enough to see what it is. But yeah, very, very smart livery on that car indeed. 26 drivers in the server now, which means it is officially our biggest grid of the season coming into tonight's final round. And eventually in the night we will speak to Jamie Dory, who will be letting us know what is the plan for the next NXTGEN iRacing series. There is another series being run subsequently to this, currently hosted on Friday nights, broadcasted by Jacko Racing. It is the iRacing GTE League, and that will be rounding off on Friday on Jacko Racing, a 2-hour race at the Le Mans circuit. Sadly, I can't race that night. I'm a bit gutted about that, because Le Mans is one of my favourite circuits. But do tune in on Friday to catch that action all live. Got Nigel Stock there, just taking a brief excursion. Nibbled later, trying to keep off the track, getting out of the way of the drivers coming past. Let's see who else we've got to keep an eye on. Stephen Daley, who was amongst the top 10 at one point this season. He still has a shot of that top 10. He is 11th in the standings at the moment, and only 9 points behind 9th place sitter Lee Horn at the moment. So Lee Horn and Jeff Purkis are his targets tonight, and so far 2nd in the standings in practice is a very, very good start to the night for him. Slightly different livery I can see on Stephen Daley's car there. If we get the view here, a bit more of a beige colour on the top part of the car there. Jonathan Gibbs, who 14th in the standings, a very nice livery as well on that car, and I think that's MDS the logo is, which matches Bobby Thompson and Dan Holland. But Jonathan Gibbs will be looking to get himself a little bit further up the order in the standings coming into tonight. And one of the drivers who is in the top 10 coming into tonight, who isn't sadly in the server, is Matt Allen, 8th in the championship, and is nowhere to be seen at the moment, unless anything changes in the next few moments or so. We'll keep an eye, see if he comes along. It's been a very, very interesting season as Luke Bennett goes even quicker than what he was before to go 5th in the standings. But Yeah, it's been a very, very interesting season. And next season, rumour has told me that it's going to be an even longer season. This season, very much an establishment of what format NXTGEN want to take this league forward to. And there's going to be more races next season, covered by us yet again, which is great. But we'll speak to Jamie Dory in full detail about that later. But in the meantime, we're going to progress into qualifying, where we have 10 minutes for the drivers to get as quick a lap time as possible. 10 minutes on the track that's around about a minute in length, so plenty of laps and plenty of opportunities for these drivers to get laps on the board. And they all shuffle out of the pits. Narrow pit exit onto the wide circuit of Silverstone here. Lee Horn, one of the first out on the track there. Lee Horn battling, as we mentioned. At the moment, he's in 9th in the championship with Matt Allen missing here. He has an opportunity to go for 8th in the championship. He'll be battling that with Jeff Perkis and Stephen Daley. But we do have our champion crowned coming into tonight. Mikey Doble, we can see there in his livery that resembles his Ginetta livery quite closely. Mikey Doble was crowned champion last week at the Thompson Speedway. Dramatic fashion, getting involved in an incident in race 3, but managed to bring it home to the end and take the championship. He can relax tonight, but racers are racers. He'll go for as good a results as he possibly can. And in fact, our champion is going to take us on a lap of the Silverstone International Circuit now, which will be his first flying lap of the session. A little hit of that sausage curb on the outside there of Club, and we come down the recently renamed Lewis Hamilton Straight, the start-finish straight here at the Silverstone International Circuit. A right turn here into Abbey. Abbey used to go left, now it goes right. Now left across the farm curve, flat out around here, and then heavy braking down the gears to 3rd gear, I believe this will be, and we'll go into the village hairpin. Left kink here, referred to as the loop, and then over the crest and into Beckett, or the exit of Beckett, should we say, taking plenty of the exit there, and we're on to the Hangar Straight. So straight from the first quarter of the Grand Prix lap onto the final quarter of the Grand Prix lap. Coming down the main straight here, we'll come into Stowe Corner. Long right-hander here. Comes down to 4th gear, feathering the throttle on. Get it as far out as you can without impeding the track limits. Under the bridge, the pit lane goes off to the right as we go along the Vale Straight here. Coming into Club Corner here. And a little bit of a late break there from Mikey Doble. Had to correct it at the last minute. Will come out of Club to complete the lap. Bobby Thompson's provisional top at the moment. But Mikey Doble will come across the line to go second, 0.3 of a second behind the man Bobby Thompson. So there is Bobby Thompson coming into Village Corner now. He's got a little bit of a toe ahead of him. As we mentioned all season, that the draft is not hugely effective in these cars, but it will still give you some advantage nonetheless. He has got the number 2 car ahead of him of Jonathan Gibbs. Jeff Perkis in 3rd place at the moment. Jeff Perkis is 10th in the championship coming into tonight, so he'll want as good a performance as he can get out of that mystery machine. Not quite Scooby-Doo's van, but Scooby G's legend, as he likes to call himself. Seb Hopkins, new driver tonight in the 23 machine there. 4th in the standings right now. Good start to the night for him. Ollie Peters battling for 3rd in the championship. Currently positioned higher than his championship rival, who hasn't set a time yet. Dave Newsham has just put himself into 3rd place. He's just ahead of Ollie Peters, and Ollie Peters into 4th place, for both of them encouraging each other along, helping each other along to get those times. Luke Bennett puts himself into 2nd place in the standings. Mikey Doble sneaks back into 2nd, reverts to the pits. He'll do another stint on fresh tyres. Gordon Much, our new driver, another new driver tonight, 0.08 of a second ahead of Bobby Thompson to go provisional pole position at the moment. Don't have that much background knowledge on Gordon Much, but he is surely showing what he's capable of right now. Stephen Daley puts himself into 4th place. The man 11th in the championship coming into tonight. Good start for him. And we were just talking about Dave Newsham and Ollie Peters taking 3rd and 4th. They're now already down to 6th and 7th. That is how competitive this field is. Another new driver to mention today, Harry Melvin. A driver I've raced against in the Racing WTCR. He's just ahead of Bobby Thompson there. 14th at the moment for Melvin. And Bobby Thompson gets a bit of an undercut there to squeeze past. Liam McNally puts himself into 6th place. A lot of the new drivers really hitting the mark right from the word go here. Who else have we got? Senan Fielding, welcome back to him. And a man who seems to have no luck. We just saw him well, I just said it, had absolutely zero luck at Daytona when I believe it was the last time we saw him. But let's see if he can get a better night out of tonight. What else have we got towards the top of the standings? Lee Horn in 13th at the moment. 2 places ahead of Jamie Dory. Jamie Dory, who is fighting with William Boyle for 5th in the championship tonight. William Boyle, who as of yet hasn't set a time yet. Dan Holland yet to set a time there. Donovan Strauss, we saw him take part in Daytona. Him and Blaze Crawford, who I think was ahead of him there. Donovan reverts to the pits. We saw Dan Holland coming out of club there. We'll just see if Dan Holland is about to set a new time. No, it probably was an out lap, so starting a brand new lap here. Liam McNally puts himself 2nd place of Bobby Thompson, who's been the master of qualifying this season. Currently knocked off the top 2 steps in qualifying at the moment, which is a rare sight indeed. I think the only meeting where that happened was Donington Park. I might be wrong about that, but if my memory serves you right, either way, it's strange to see Bobby Thompson lower than 2nd, lower than 1st in fact. Ollie Peters, 9th in the standings, 3rd in the championship. Dan Holland hasn't put a time on the board yet. Dan Holland is on the hanger straight here. Getting a little bit of a tow from a NXTGEN car ahead, which is Jamie Dory. Let's get on board with Dan Holland to see the rest of the lap here, see where he'll end up in the standings. His championship rival is Ollie Peters in 9th, as we mentioned. Carrying a bit more speed through club there, but the exit wouldn't be quite as good as Jamie Dory's. Whichever's the fastest line remains to be seen. Holland crosses the line, and Holland goes 7th at the moment, ahead of his championship rival, but not as high as we have seen him in periods of the season in qualifying. Who else have we got on flying laps? A puff of smoke just ahead there, going into the village hairpin. Gavin Allen, a welcome back to him, has missed a few races in the series, but 21st at the moment in the standings, and Gavin Allen is 12th in the championship coming into tonight, so he might gain a few places tonight. Depends how he gets on and how he compares to others. This is Seb Hopkins, and I think he was up against Bobby Thompson there. Yes, he is. Seb Hopkins 8th in the standings, and that is Liam McNally letting Bobby through. Another new driver of Vincent Salas. Welcome to the series to him, 7th place at the moment. A lot of these new drivers really are quick, and it's great to see. Hopefully they come along for next season. Next season starting off in a few weeks' time, and as we mentioned, Jamie Dory will be receiving an interview later where we'll be quizzing him on next season. Less than a minute left in the session. Gordon Mutch and Liam McNally, I believe, no, not Liam McNally, just Gordon Mutch, who is returned to the pits, and Bobby Thompson spins there. That'll be it. Bobby Thompson will not get another lap to try and go for pole position. He'll have to settle for, at most, third position. He'll go back on track. But it'll just be consolation. It'll just be practice. Liam McNally, he'll be able to complete this lap. And he doesn't. He reverts to the pits. So Gordon Mutch at the moment. First race today in the Next Gen Legend Series. And straight into pole position. Mikey Doble, already our crowned champion. Fourth in the standings for him, so he hasn't eased off at all. He reverts to the pits as well. Vincent Salas, we just mentioning him. Fifth in the standings at the moment. Brilliant start for him in the number 14 machine. And drivers coming across the pits. Coming across the line, do excuse me. Who else have we got? Jamie Dory has just squeezed himself into 11th position. We've got Stephen Daley to watch here. And Stephen Daley, realistically, is probably the only one who can take pole position now. Unless any surprises come our way in the next half a minute or so. Daley leaves Club Corner. And we have got the 15-minute race coming up in just a few moments' time. Stephen Daley crossed the line, and it was a good lap to follow. Fourth in the standings he goes. 11th in the standings coming into tonight. And that'll certainly help him along his way to the top 10 with a 4th place start coming into race 1. We've got Seb Hopkins, who's just completed his final lap. Ollie Peters couldn't get higher than 12th in the end. And he'll revert to the pits. So there we go, that was qualifying. And we will progress into the race in just less than a minute or so. So here we go, the grid is formed. And this will be the starting grid for race 1 of the night. Gordon Mutch puts it on pole position with Liam McNally in 2nd place. Bobby Thompson a surprising 3rd for him, but Stephen Daley a very good 4th place for him. Mikey Doble is in 5th position with Vincent Salas in 6th. Luke Bennett 7th with Dan Holland alongside in 8th. Dave Newsham and Seb Hopkins take up the 5th row. Jamie Dory and Ollie Peters on the 6th row. 13th and 14th for Jonathan Gibbs and Jeff Perkis. Senan Fielding and Lee Horn 15th and 16th. 17th for Harry Melvin and Donovan Strauss in 18th. William Fall in 19th with Aaron Thompson in 20th. Blaze Crawford will line up 21st with Gavin Allen 22nd. 23rd to Matthew Addy, Nigel Stock 24th. Dave Whitehouse 25th and Ian Crosby rounding out the field. We're about to get underway here at Silverstone International. Drivers are lining up on the grid and we're about to get going for this first race of the night, with many championship positions are yet to be established. The only ones that will not be stolen away from anyone tonight will technically be 1st place Mikey Doble. And everybody has gridded up. The lights will show and the drivers will get ready for race 1 here at the Silverstone International Circuit. Round 10 for the Next Gen Legends is go. Big puff of smoke and the cars beam through it, but a brilliant start for Liam McNally. He gets the jump on Gordon Mutch and comes into turn 1 as the leader of this race. Bobby Thompson in 3rd place back there. And we've got a lot of drivers coming through the mid-pack there, but coming into turn 3 we go. McNally gets a very, very good run through the corner. Bobby Thompson does as well. And look at that, that's side to side, very close between Seb Hopkins and Dave Newsham. Dave Newsham trying to get the undercut on Hopkins there. Oh, and there's a big collision back there. That's Jamie Dory and Dave Newsham. Newsham collected Hopkins by the looks of it, and could not stop coming across on Jamie Dory. Big damage on that car and a bad start to the night for Dave Newsham. Liam McNally leads still, just ahead of Gordon Mutch. Bobby Thompson right behind, and I think there's... never mind. There was a puff of smoke back there, but nothing to worry about. And a good run through club there from McNally. Oh, and there's a big incident further back in the field. Sandon fielding. Oh, Jeff Perkins spinning there, but then coming into the club corner. Oh, look how close it is between everyone, and all those cars braking far too late into the corner, and all of them just get collected there. There was just one car going too quick into the corner, and it eventually collected everyone. McNally with a good start to this race, a few tenths clear. Gordon Mutch hanging on just ahead of Bobby Thompson here. That is Vincent Salas right behind. Do excuse me, it's actually Stephen Daley. Our timing standings are not working all that brilliantly at the moment, unfortunately. Says Stephen Daley's in 17th. He's not, he's in 4th place. Very strange how that's worked out. Maybe if they cross the line, it will sort itself out. Into club corner they go. McNally's lead a little bit slashed in the last half a lap or so. Back there, that's Mikey Doble and Luke Bennett. Mikey Doble really losing momentum. He's got the 14 car outside, and inside him he had the 23 car of Seb Hopkins, and Mikey Doble's now down to 8th position. He's got Ollie Peters to worry about behind him. Coming into Abbey now. Ollie, or should I say Doble, getting back up the inside. And now has the outside for Village Corner. Late braking. Will he be able to hold on to the outside? Yes, at the moment. Has the inside for the next corner, but then the outside for what will be the corner leading on to the Hanger Straight. And has to evade. The 14 car of Vincent Salas gets back in front of Mikey Doble. Back towards the front here. Oh, and there's an instant further back. Jeff Perkins had an incident. Oh, and that was Nigel Stott getting a big shunt up the rear from the number 4 car. Oh, and then the 4 car making contact with Jeff Perkins. It hasn't been a good start to Jeff Perkins this night. The 4 car is Blaze Crawford. Back at the front. Still real close between these three. McNally not being touched yet. Much who dropped from 1st to 2nd on the first lap. Under pressure from Bobby Thompson. Across the line to start lap 4 of this race. They've got Stephen Daley behind them. They can't forget about either. Donovan Strauss we're watching here, and then further up Ollie Peters. Further back in the pack, this is some of the drivers who were caught in that incident earlier on. Sen fielding on the inside of Blaze Crawford. No move to report on from them. Mikey Doble 7th place at the moment. Let's try and catch up with Seb Hopkins just ahead. Seb Hopkins and it was Vincent Salas who was dropped back a little bit. These top 4 real close though still. Thompson using all the road and more. He'll get what's called an instant point on iRacing. You accumulate too many of them, you get a disqualification. Bobby Thompson trying to utilise all the road and more to get as much speed as he can. Much has slipped away from him. Caught up towards McNally. Will there be a lunge up the inside? Yes, there will. Gordon Mutch puts it up the inside. McNally would go for the undercut, but it was a good exit from the corner from Gordon Mutch. And now Bobby Thompson has found the gap on the left side of McNally's car. And now we'll try the undercut coming onto the Hanger Straight. And in fact, Bobby Thompson might have got it a very good run out the corner, and he's bringing Stephen Daley with him. So McNally has dropped 3 places in just a matter of 2 or 3 corners. Daley up onto the podium. Now our regular winner, Bobby Thompson, can set his sights on Gordon Mutch just ahead. Ollie Peters up 4 places at the moment. We've also got Dave Whitehouse, one of the biggest gainers so far. Started 25th. He is up to 15th at the moment. Brilliant progress from him at the moment. So reverse grid for the races coming up later on in the night. The grid for race 2 is determined by the results of this race, but the top 10 are reversed. And for race 3, similar 15-minute race, but it is a full reverse grid based on the results of race 2. And we have to go to a replay as Dave Newsham has had an incident with the number 4 car. That is Blaze Crawford. Oh, and he spins it himself. There's a little bit of a connection issue there as well to add to misery. But taking a little bit too much of that inner curve was Dave Newsham. Dan Holland, I believe, is in the pits. So Dan Holland, who's going for 3rd in the championship. Not a good start to his night. This gives the advantage to Ollie Peters. Ollie Peters, who's in 8th place at the moment. There he is, in the blue Crest Autosport colours. This is good for his bid for 3rd in the championship. Liam McNally, who has led most of the race here, is slipping back from the leading pack now, having lost it just a lap ago. He's now under pressure from Luke Bennett. 21 car versus the 22 car here. Liam McNally will have to get his head down to try and catch up with the front pack. Mikey Doble, our championship winner, crowned last week, just taking it easy today. He doesn't need to rag that car to its limits. 6th place he's nice and happy with at the moment. He's just having a nice relaxing ride by the looks of it. And reverse grid for the 2nd race. We'll see him higher up the order, so we can probably go for higher positions in that race. Into club corner, Bobby Thompson is edging ever so closer to Gordon Mutch. Gordon Mutch, who was pole position for this race, back in the lead, having overtaken Liam McNally 2 laps ago. Now he's got to defend it from Bobby Thompson. Stephen Daley drops back a little bit. Oh, and there's a crash, further back in the pack, and it's Dave Whitehouse, who had gained 10 positions. And the car just slips sideways, and once these cars go that much sideways, they're very, very difficult to save. So very unfortunate for David Whitehouse, who was doing so well, having gained 10 places. Thompson's real close to Mutch, though. Biggest gainer of the field so far is William Foyle with 7 places gained. He's in 12th at the moment. 2 more places and he gets into reverse grid contention. Thompson here, within 1.5 tenths of Gordon Mutch. Not close enough to make a move. You have to be fairly close and have a good run to make a diving move in these cars, because actually on a track like this, the car doesn't need to slow down that much. 5 minutes to go in the session. 5 minutes for Bobby Thompson to find his way past Gordon Mutch. Or equally, 5 minutes for Gordon Mutch to hang on to 1st place. He had a much cleaner run through club corner there, did Gordon. And will stretch his lead to near half a second ahead of Bobby Thompson. The battle for 10th here, although it's not a battle for 10th. Lee Horn on his own there, in 10th position. William Foyle has found his way past Harry Melvin. Harry Melvin having a good debut here, it's got to be said. 12th place at the moment. And there is an instant further back, Aaron Thompson. see what happened to him here. Coming down Vale into the club corner. Ooh, it looked like he got a kick off the grass there. He hit a pothole or something like that, and he just kicked the car up in the air. Liam McNeely has found himself back into third place, so something's happened to Stephen Daley. Let's see if we can find it. This is a replay of it. Oh, and it might have been a slow down penalty for Liam McNeely. Yeah, it says he went off track, so let's just take a little look at it before we resume the action. Yes, going that wide will give you a slow down penalty, a virtual penalty where you have to slow down for an X amount of time. The time that you supposedly gained. And that drops Daley down to 4th position and McNeely back onto the podium. And Luke Bennett had an incident while we were looking at the replay there. That was the wrong one. I can't click on the replay. And Luke Bennett is having a whole drama here. We're trying to... Yeah, he had a spin coming through turn 2 then, and then going into Village. Pulls off. There's a lot going on in the standings, so I'm struggling to find the actual instance. So this is what happened. The initial spin. It didn't look like a very clean corner of Abbey there. Hits the grass and spins it round and is reverted to the pits. Race over for Luke Bennett. So that leaves Much and Thompson to go for the battle for the win. McNeely's in the clear in 3rd at the moment. Daley within reach. It might take a couple laps to gain that back. Blaze Crawford, has something happened to him? No, it hasn't. It's just having a funny with me. The standing's not quite 100% accurate. And Dave Whitehouse has had another incident. In fact, he hasn't. It's just a connection issue. Playing tricks on us today is iRacing. There's been an update today, so it might have something to do with that. Ollie Peters in 7th here. He'll be happy with this position. It further solidifies 3rd in the championship for him. If you would have said to Ollie Peters at the beginning of the season, against all these drivers, you're going to finish 3rd in the championship, or potentially finish 3rd in the championship, or even battle for 3rd in the championship, he probably would have laughed at you. He came into this series not really knowing how well he would do, but he has done very well indeed. But he is under pressure from Vincent Salas here. Salas will try the inside. Ollie Peters will give room. And that is a very good move from Vincent. He just put his nose on the inside, letting Ollie Peters know that he's going to put the car on the inside. And that gave Ollie Peters no choice but to surrender the position to protect his 3rd place chance in the championship. 10th at the moment means you get reverse grid pole for race 2, and that is William Foyle. He is battling Jamie Dory for the championship, who is down in 12th at the moment. So William Foyle will be pleased with this race progress at the moment, and particularly so that he can get pole position for race 2. And he's our biggest mover of the field with 9 places gained. But let's revert to these two. I think this will be the final lap. In fact, it will be the final lap. Thompson's not close enough to make a move, but we've seen dives from Bobby Thompson even at Silverstone earlier on in the season. He's trying everything. He's using all the roads, but Gordon Much reverting to his regular line, knows he can have it. Bobby Thompson gains dramatically into the final corner there. Tried a little sneak peek up the inside, but Gordon Much composes himself. The checkered flag is out, and he'll take the win here at Silverstone International for race 1 of the night. Bobby Thompson comes through in 2nd with Liam McNeely on his debut, 3rd place. But Gordon Much, a brilliant debut for him, taking a win in the first race. Stephen Daley come across the line in 4th position. Mikey Doble, 5th place, already crowned our champion. Vincent Salas, a good debut for him, 6th position for him. Seb Hopkins, equally good debut for him in 7th place. Ollie Peters in 8th, Lee Horn in 9th, and William Foyle has come through to take reverse grid pole for race 2. An interesting race, won by this man here, Gordon Much. Few drivers coming through at the end here. Jeff Perkins had a good recovery drive to 14th place. Jonathan Gibbs in 15th. Nigel Stock crossed the line. Ian Crosby crossed the line. Dave Whitehouse and Aaron Thompson will finish off the race. And Dave Whitehouse finishing it off in frustrating fashion. So there we go. That was race 1 of the night, and here are the results of race 1 of the night. Gordon Much wins the race by just under half a second ahead of Bobby Thompson behind him for much of the race. Liam McNally in 3rd place led a lot of the race, took the lead on the early part, but dropped to 3rd eventually. Stephen Daley started where he finished, 4th position, as did Mikey Doble in 5th, and as did Vincent Salas in 6th. Seb Hopkins up 3 places to 7th place on his debut tonight. Ollie Peters, 3rd in the championship, maintains 3rd with that 8th place finish. Lee Horn in 9th with William Foyle taking reverse grid pole in 10th. Donovan Strauss in 11th place with Jamie Dorey, our league host, in 12th. Blaze Crawford in 13th with Jeff Perkins 14th. Matthew Addy finishes 15th with Harry Melvin, who was having a sniff at the top 10, but eventually finishes 16th. Dave Newsham, a difficult race for him, but comes through 17th in the end, with Jonathan Gibbs in 18th. Gavin Allen 19th with Nigel Stock in 20th. Ian Crosby 21st with David Whitehouse 22nd. Aaron Thompson 23rd. Luke Bennett 24th. 25th, Senan Fielding and Dan Holland in 26th. That has been race 1 of the night here on the iRacing Legends, the final round of the season. We'll be back very soon for race 2. Don't go away. Welcome back to Silverstone International Circuit for the final round of the season here on the NXTGEN iRacing Legends Series. One race down, 2 to go. And race 1 of the night was won by Gordon Much. We are trying to get some data on the screen. And it's not playing ball at the moment, so there we go. So yes, the Silverstone International Circuit, the southern layout as it used to be called of Silverstone, only 2.9 kilometers in length, and it features the first 10 to 20 seconds of the Formula 1 or Grand Prix layout of the circuit, and then it's the final minute to 45 seconds or so of the GP layouts. So, race 2 coming up very, very shortly. And our race 1 winner was Gordon Much, as we mentioned. Bobby Thompson in second. And Liam McNally in third position. What it all does to the championship standings. As we mentioned, Mikey Doble already crowned champion. Bobby Thompson pretty much has confirmed second in the championship now. It's not 100% confirmed, but it's going to take 2 retirements from Bobby Thompson and 2 wins from Ollie Peters to beat him at this point. But Ollie Peters is the man in third place at the moment, with Dan Holland in fourth, retiring in that race. Ollie Peters now has a 15-point lead in third in the championship, so it's all looking very, very good for him ahead of Dan Holland, who will have to start from the back of the grid in this race. It closes up a little bit between 5th and 6th. Jamie Dory still in 5th, but only 11 points ahead of William Foyle in 6th place. Dave Newsham in 7th, with Matt Allen in 8th, but Matt Allen isn't here tonight, so he is being caught rapidly by Lee Horn, Stephen Daley and Jeff Purkis. Jeff Purkis, who drops out of the top 10 in that race, with Stephen Daley sneaking into 10th, having finished 4th in that previous race. So there's plenty of little battles to watch out on the track. So far, those little championship battles haven't been close on track. It's been more a matter of a points haul for them. Aaron Thompson across the line. Aaron Thompson, who had a few incidents here and there in the first race, be hoping for better in this one, as will this man, Dave Newsham. 7th in the championship, 6th is now out of reach for him, but he's got to do everything he can to hang on to 7th place at the moment. Mikey Doble already crowned our champion. We spoke to him last week. A little bit of relief in his voice, but joy at the same time for him as he joins the list of legends. This legend drove a legend. Who else have we got? It's a good few debutants out there. Vincent Salas being one of them, Seb Hopkins another. Both of them finished in the top 10, as did Luke Bennett. As did Gordon Much, of course. As did Lee McNally. So a very good round for the debutants in this race. The Nutters are back on the Facebook chat there. Good to see them again. Let's see if Dave Newsham can have a better race 2 than he did race 1. Caught up in an instant, sadly, in race 1. A spin in the club corner as well. But for this race, William Foyle will be lining up on pole position. One of the drivers going for 5th in the championship. He's battling with Jamie Dory, who will start 12th. And Lee Horn will start 2nd on the grid, who is going for 8th in the championship. He's only 1 point behind Matt Allen, who's not racing tonight. But he's only 4 points ahead of Stephen Daley, who had a brilliant race in race 1 to finish 4th. So Lee Horner's really got to get his head down from second on the grid. Playing little battles on the track, and we'll keep you updated as best we can. But speaking of Allens, Matt Allen not racing tonight. Gavin Allen is. He's 12th in the championship. Just behind him, the number 2 car there of Sen and Fielding. All getting a little bit of a warm-up before things kick off, ready for race 2. Just reading one of the comments on the Facebook chat here. That's one comment I'm not going to read back. And you talk about Dangerous Dave, and we just saw Dangerous Senan there spinning right in front of Gavin Allen there. But we are about to go into race 2 of the night, and this will be the grid for race 2, which I'll have to run through very quickly as we've only got a minute. William Full on pole position with Lee Horn in second. Ollie Peters lines up third with Seb Hopkins fourth. Vincent Salas fifth with Mikey Doble in 6th position. 7th position to Stephen Daley, Liam McNally in 8th. Bobby Thompson 9th with Gordon Much in 10th. 11th is Donovan Strauss with Jamie Dory in 12th. Blaze Crawford 13th, Jeff Perkis 14th. Matthew Addy 15th with 16th going to Harry Melvin. 17th Dave Newsham with Jonathan Gibbs in 18th. Gavin Allen 19th with Nigel Stock in 20th. But we're about to get underway with the racing here for race 2 of the night here at Silverstone International Circuit. Lights are red. And away we go. Good start there from William Foyle. He gets away nice and clean away from Lee Horn, who comes straight across the track to get a good entry into the Abbey corner. Ollie Peters up the inside, making it a crest 1-2 at the moment. There's a spin back there. That's Jamie Dory spinning in the mid-pack. And he doesn't collect anyone, thankfully, but has to get a rejoin at the back of the grid here. Bad start for him. At the front here, we've got Ollie Peters battling with Vincent Salas there. Salas on the outside, and that is Lee Horn involved with Stephen Daley. Both of them battling each other in the championship, and they're now far, far down the order. William Paul leads the way at the front. Vincent Salas has got himself into 2nd place, gaining 3 places already. But Ollie Peters on the inside, coming up towards Stowe Corner. Nice move up the inside from Peters, but Salas will try to hang on to the outside. Ollie Peters gives him room on the outside there, but comes across to take 2nd place. Big drama so far in this first lap of the race. William Foyle leads the first lap here, and back here that's Blaze Crawford and it's Harry Melvin alongside him, and that's Mikey Doble behind Blaze Crawford and Harry Melvin. Has dropped 5 places, has Doble. Into the corner. Doble gets the undercut on Crawford. Let's get a bit further up. Gordon Much there. I think that's the pink livery we got there. We didn't have that in race 1. Oh, look at that, the inside. That's Donovan Strauss on Bobby Thompson there, who's pushing along Liam McNally. Oh, a big hit of the curve there, and they both nearly lose it. Strauss on the inside of McNally going into Beckett's. And it's 3 wide now, coming down the back straight here. Look at them go, 3 by 3. And in fact, Strauss has the lesser run of the 3. And Bobby Thompson takes the position at the moment. McNally vulnerable on the outside there. Strauss giving Bobby Thompson a little bit of a bump through. And up the front here, we've got Salas versus, I think that was Seb Hopkins, and a slowdown penalty by the looks of it for Vincent. Oh, and there's a big puff of smoke there, but everyone gets away with it. Thompson just about completed that move on the outside of Vincent Salas there. There's been a crash further back. It looks like Harry Melvin's been involved in something. Going into Stowe Corner. Look at all those cars going into Stowe Corner. It was a 4 wide going into Stowe, and it just didn't happen. They all came together. Harry Melvin coming off, worst for wear of the bunch. That is McNally making a move on Strauss. Strauss giving McNally a push along and takes 8th place, does McNally. Bobby Thompson already up to 5th place. Gordon Murch, the race 1 winner, already up to 3rd. A brilliant start to the race here for what's been a brilliant night for Gordon Murch at the moment. But William Paul still leads. 6/10 clear of his teammate Ollie Peters in 2nd place, who's 6/10 clear of Gordon Murch in 3rd place. But Gordon Murch, race 1 winner and pole position winner. Back here, oh, another big battle, another 3 wide. That's McNally on the inside of Mikey Doble and Luke Bennett. Oh, and Doble spins. Doble has spun in the middle of the corner there, and he's collected Jonathan Strauss, I think that was. Let's try and find them. I can't find them. There's a car on its side back there. I think that was still Mikey Doble. Where has Mikey Doble gone? He's back to the pits. Let's get a quick replay of that if we can. So Doble in the middle there. I'm not entirely sure who he collected there. Oh, and yeah, it's just all of them getting so close together. That was Strauss. And he nearly collected other cars. He did collect Dave Newsham by the looks of it. But Mikey Doble is just as well. The championship's all sealed and done for him, as that would have been a thorn in his side he didn't need. At the front, look at this. This is Gordon Murch going for a move for the lead. Within a lap, he's got himself past Ollie Peters and now potentially past William Foyle to take the lead in this race. Bobby Thompson is joining the pack as well. Ollie Peters on the outside of his teammate there, going into Club Corner. Who will get 2nd out of the 2 teammates? It looks like it could be Ollie Peters, but he does spin. Ollie Peters has spun right ahead in front of William Foyle there, and they all swerve to avoid him. Just get a quick replay of that. I think there was a crash we are just about to witness, and he spins it himself, but William Foyle helping him round to get back facing the right direction, and there was an instant coming out of the corner. This is Vincent Salas, who avoided Ollie Peters. Oh, and collects. That's the 23 car of Dan Holland. Dan Holland, who retired from race 1, was going for 3rd in the championship, but it's this man who's getting the advantage over him. Dan Holland is down in 23rd. I think he's still running. No, he's in the pits. He's out of the race by the looks of it. But we resume. That is 17th place, Luke Bennett. Dave Newsham up 9 places to 8th position. But the biggest mover off the field is Jonathan Gibbs here. 12 places gained. A brilliant, brilliant race from him. Bobby Thompson in 2nd place. These two back to where they were in race 1. William Foyle started pole position, hanging on to 3rd place at the moment, but McNally, who finished 3rd in race 1, gaining on him. The Nutters will be pleased that Dave Newsham is up into the top 10. It's a full reverse grid, however, so those who finish the race, which will be 16 drivers at the moment of the 26 that have started. In fact, it might actually be 16 up to Luke Bennett there. Dave Newsham to see if he can gain on Ollie Peters and gain another position. Dave Newsham, who's going for 7th in the championship. And this is the battle for 3rd now. William Foyle, the front of the 2 in the 44 machine, but the 16 machine of McNally got a very good run coming out of Beckett's there. And in fact might have completed the move before even Stowe Corner comes into the possibility that William Foyle might be able to try again on the outside, but no, it didn't work out for him. McNally gets past, and he's now under William Foyle is now under pressure from Seb Hopkins. Didn't mention Seb much in the first race, but doing it very well in the race 2 here. William Thorne not giving up on McNally though. He's trying every little bit he can to either get back up the inside or try and catch back up with McNally. Seb Hopkins all over the rear of the lovely sticker sponsored car ahead, which has got a little tribute to me on it apparently, as William Thorne's car, so thank you, Will. Oh, what a big lunge up the inside there from Seb Hopkins. William Thorne could do nothing about that. Very, very late braking from Hopkins to take 4th place there, and William Thorne could do nothing to argue with that. Jeff Perkins is having a better race here in race 2, up 5 places to 9th place at the moment in the Mystery Machine. Jeff Perkins has been one of the drivers who's just been able to pick off position by position through other people's incidents and mistakes. Let's get a sit rep on the front 2. Gordon Mutch, there he is, 1.1 seconds clear of Bobby Thompson. Both very similar on time, so it's very difficult for Bobby Thompson to close in on Gordon, but Bobby Thompson knows 2nd place is secured and he can't catch up with 1st, our already crowned champion Mikey Doble. And looking back here, that was Ollie Peters taking a, oh, I think he was defending actually from Jonathan Gibbs, or was he making a move on him? It was a move actually. Let's get a replay of that because it looked like a pretty decent move. Breaking into club corner, yeah, very impressive from Ollie Peters. Nothing could be done by Jonathan Gibbs about that. Oh, and there's a spin there. That's Dave Newsham. Oh, the Nutters are not going to be happy. Down the order he goes. And let's just see what actually happened to Newsham there. Oh, and it looked like a bit of a lunge up the inside on Jonathan Gibbs. We might be able to get the whole extent of that. Yeah, it looked like Dave Newsham had his front wheels alongside the rear wheels of Jonathan Gibbs, and the two came together. One for the stewards after, by the looks of it, but he's down in 15th place in front of Mikey Doble there, who I believe is a lap down. So Jonathan Gibbs, 11 places gained now rather than 12, as Ollie Peters found his way past, and Ollie Peters is back past William Foyle. Ollie Peters going for 3rd in the championship. Highest of the sim races here. There's a lot of pro drivers in this series and there's a lot of just sim races here. Ollie Peters does race in real life, but in motocross. But Ollie Peters of the sim racers, highest in the championship of them. So it's been some going from Ollie this season. The comments exploded from the Nutters. Oh dear. I love you guys. I hope you keep coming back for next season. Less than 5 minutes to go. In fact, just over 4 minutes to go in this race here. There's a battle just ahead of Matthew Addy here between Blaze Crawford. Oh, on the inside. Door nearly closed by Luke Bennett, who just gets himself into the top 10 there. Jamie Dory on the recovery drive. On the first corner of the first lap, he was sent to the back of the grid. He's now up to 13th place. A brilliant comeback from our league host here. He'll look to the inside of Matthew Addy and Blaze Crawford coming towards Stowe. Backs out of it, but this is Addy on the inside in the Oriole machine, and he takes out Blaze Crawford. He seemed to run wide, and Blaze couldn't avoid that, but Matthew Addy carries on as if nothing's happened there. He's now got Jamie Dory on his outside. Still defending from him. Newsham here. Again, a lovely, lovely undercut on Gavin Allen there. He's got Mikey Doble encouraging him through there as well. Newsham back up to 13th. And remember, reverse grid is the full grid of those who finish the race. So I think it might go as far down as potentially 21st. We'll find out later on. Oh, and a big contact there between Addy and Jamie Dory. How on earth Jamie Dory kept that going is beyond me. But that puts Dave Newsham through into 12th place now. Good comeback from the Nutter there. Luke Bennett now. Most places gained. 14 places gained as he is in the top 10 now. And let's get a little bit of a catch-up on the front. Much gains his gap even more ahead of Bobby Thompson here. It's been a near perfect performance tonight from Gordon Much. In fact, it has been a perfect performance. We don't count practice involved in that. Qualifying pole, race 1 win, and he's on course for a race 2 win here. Bobby Thompson has 2 for 2, second and second, and Liam McNally 3 for 3. Well, it looks of it at the moment, except this will be his second third of the night, so we'll see if he can make it 3 for 3. Jonathan Gibbs here battling with Stephen Daley. Daley using a lot of the inside there to get a little bit extra on Jonathan Gibbs ahead of him. Let's see if Gibbs can defend the inside. He doesn't need to. Daley dropped off a little bit. Newsham has squeezed past Jamie Dory there. See if we can get a replay of that pass for the Nutters. And Jamie Dory getting a bit squirrely coming out of Abbey there. And Dave Newsham, easy pickings for him. Matthew Addy dropped down to 17th here. Hasn't been a good last lap or so from the Oreo driver. Gibbs defending from Daley, still in 8th place in that lovely chrome effect green car of his. Into Club Corner. It's been a very, very exciting race, this has. One of my favourites of the season. As we look to Jeff Perkins in the Mystery Machine, up 7 places. Brilliant from him as he hunts down William Poyle. Jeff Perkins, who is going for a top 10 in the championship. His rivals are Stephen Daley and Lee Horn. He's ahead of both of them at the moment, so this is good news for him. Oh, look at that. That's Jonathan Gibbs and Stephen Daley alongside. Stephen Daley very generous to let him back on the track. Good etiquette from him, but takes the position from Jonathan Gibbs as we go into Village here. And it's very difficult to get an undercut in these cars on a tight corner such as Village. But Jonathan Gibbs will line up something here as he got a much better line through the corner then. Look at the run Jonathan Gibbs has got down the main straight here. He'll already find the inside as we go under the bridge there. Coming down the main straight, we must revert to the front runners though, as Gordon Much is about to win the race. In fact, oh wait, something's happened there. Something's happened to Jonathan Gibbs. We will get a replay of that later. Drama in the position today. We shouldn't have cut away then, but Gordon Much wins second race out of 2. Bobby Thompson, 2 second places for him, and Liam McNally, another 3rd place for him. Seb Hopkins finishes in 4th. Now, let's have a look at what happened to Jonathan Gibbs. And there was contact between the two of them. Now, it's very difficult to tell who went across on who, but Jonathan Gibbs will not be happy about that. He was ahead of the two, and maybe in his head might be thinking he's the innocent party there, but not sure. Another one for the stewards there. But what an exciting race we had there, and we'll round up the position shortly. Just take it all in for a moment. Good news for the Nutters. Dave Newsham got himself 10th in the end, back into the top 10. Newsham, who's going for 7th in the championship, is looking good for him at the moment. Ollie Peters finishing 5th, with Dan Holland far down the order in 25th. It's looking good for Ollie Peters to secure 3rd in the championship. The battle will still be on for 5th in the championship between William Fall and Jamie Dory, but it's swinging in the favour of William Fall as he'll close in ever more to Jamie Dory. And Jeff Perkins taking advantage of that battle for 8th at the moment, versus him, Lee Horn and Stephen Daley. Here are the results of the race there, of what's been an incredible race. Gordon Much takes the win again, ahead of Bobby Thompson, who again takes 2nd, in front of Liam McNally, who again takes 3rd. Seb Hopkins with a good race for himself, 4th place for him. Ollie Peters in 5th with his teammate William Thor behind in 6th. Jeff Perkis takes 7th with Stephen Daley taking 8th position. 9th place for Luke Bennett, who was the biggest mover of the field, 15 places gained from his starting position to his finishing position. Dave Newsham takes 10th in the end. Blaze Crawford in 11th with Gavin Allen 12th. Jamie Dory takes 13th with Jonathan Gibbs 14th. Harry Melvin in 15th with Lee Horn, drama early on in that race, 16th. Matthew Addy 17th with Ian Crosby in 18th. 19th goes to Aaron Thompson with Nigel Stock in 20th. Mikey Doble in 21st. Dave Whitehouse 22nd. Jonathan Strauss in 23rd. 24th to Vincent Salas. Dan Holland 25th. And Senan Fielding in 26th. Now I'm just trying to work out who the finishers were of the field there. We'll see if I can work out who did actually finish the race. And in fact, I think 22 drivers finished the race. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong about that when the grid is formed later on, but I believe Dave Whitehouse will be on pole position with Mikey Doble starting 2nd on the grid for the final race of the season here at Silverstone International. We're going to go for a quick break now and prepare ourselves ready for race 3 of the night. Don't go away. Welcome back to Silverstone in Northamptonshire for the final round and what is the final race of the season of the NXTGEN iRacing Legends. It's been a wonderful, wonderful season, and it's about to get even better, I reckon. Race 2 was something to go by, so race 3, a full reverse grid, and the grid will go through in a short while. But in the meantime, a little bit more housekeeping before we get underway. We have a lot of championship battles going down to the wire. Ollie Peters, I tell you what, we'll start with first, as Mikey Doble, as we know, has wrapped up the championship already. Bobby Thompson has wrapped up second already. Ollie Peters technically still in the fight for third place, but a long way ahead of Dan Holland, so it's looking very much in the favour of Ollie Peters. He merely just needs to finish the race and finish fairly well. Jamie Dury, 5th place. He's only 4 points ahead of William Thor, so the battle is on between them two. Dave Newsham in 2nd place at the moment. He seems fairly secure for 7th as long as he finishes this race. Stephen Daley in 8th place is 3 points ahead of Jack Perkis, who's only 1 point ahead of Lee Horn, so the battle is on for 8th place as well. So we are going to do one interview before we get underway here at Silverstone National, and our interview is going to be with our league host, Jamie Dury, who has been putting on the series. We're going to pull him in for a quick chat. Just a slight difficulty here. I'm not able to drag him into the interview room, so I'll have to tell him to join. Getting it warmed up. Quite a dark night sky in this sunset here at Silverstone. Cool the track down quite a bit before the drivers get underway here. And we're joined by our league host, Jamie Dury. Jamie, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah, not too bad. All good. Yeah, good turnout into the final round. So, yeah, happy.
It's been a thrilling night so far. Race 2, probably one of the best races of the season, in my opinion. But the purpose of dragging you in here, this is the final race of the season. What have we got next coming up for Next Gen in terms of iRacing leagues? What's in the pipeline for Jamie Dory leagues going forward?
So it's going to be similar to this season. It's going to be another Legends race, but hopefully there will be a pro and a sim category. So all the pro drivers will be racing for their own championship, and so will just the sim drivers, as well as a combined championship. So it's all to play for anyone who wants to race against some big names and also some fast sim racers.
Oh, excellent. Very good. Yeah, interesting that we're splitting the pros and the sim racers, two different leagues of drivers. It's been interesting seeing them all mixed together, but it'd be interesting to see, you know, who's top of those categories. But what about in terms of like calendar and format and that sort of thing? What kind of length season are we in for?
So we're looking at anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks. It'll be a lot of similar tracks as this season, to help keep costs down for people. And this season we learned what tracks work well and provide good racing. So it'll be a lot of the tracks where you've seen close racing and great battles really going forward. Yeah, just trying to take the best from this series and what didn't work and growing on it and making it better.
Well, you say what didn't work. In fact, plenty has worked, to be honest, Jamie. Credit to you guys. It's been a great season. Entertainment provided by, well, all the drivers, let's be honest. When can we expect the next league to start, and how do people get involved?
So next season we're looking at probably a couple of months break, 8 weeks, something around that, 6 to 8 weeks, I would reckon, just to get everything formatted and to get drivers engaged, make a little promo video. It's just time for things to go out and hopefully grow numbers furthermore. And if anyone wants to join, they can join via the Facebook on NXTGEN, or look for in the league section of the iRacing main page. You type in NXTGEN Season 20 Legends Cup and apply to join there, and all the information will be released through that as well.
Excellent stuff. Okay, so I can see you're out on track and it's not much time before the race gets underway, so good luck, Jamie. Congratulations on such a great championship. Yeah, good luck in this final race, and we'll speak to you and many others after the race.
Thanks a lot, mate. Thank you for everything you've done.
Oh, no problem. Might have. Oh, by the way, Jamie, can you give me the rights to move people in and out of chats, because I haven't got it, sadly. And you'll have to move yourself out of this commentator's box. Here we go. Yeah, just a slight technical blip there, which I'm sure will be sorted out in due course. But we're about to go for race 3 of the night. 26 drivers will line up on the grid for the final race of the night and of the season. I don't think that's our grid, so let's refresh that. There we go. Dave Whitehouse will line up on pole position. Mikey Doble was meant to start second, but he's volunteered to start at the back of the grid. Nigel Stock will take second place with Aaron Thompson in third. Ian Crosby fourth with Matthew Addy in fifth. Lee Horn sixth with Harry Melvin seventh. Eighth, Jonathan Gibbs with Jamie Dorian ninth. Gavin Allen 10th with Blaze Crawford in 11th. Dave Newsham 12th with Luke Bennett in 13th. Stephen Daley in 14th with Jeff Perkis in 15th. 16th, William Foyle with Ollie Peters in 17th, Seb Hopkins 18th. 19th, Stephen McNally, Bobby Thompson 20th, Gordon Much 21st, 22nd, Donovan Strauss, Vincent Salas 23rd, Dan Holland 24th, Mikey Doble 25th, and Tom Delaney joining the server. Hadn't taken part in race 1, and race 2 is in for race 3. But we're underway very shortly here at Silverstone International for the final race of the season. Dave Whitehouse is on pole position, and we're going to get underway now. Good start there for Dave Whitehouse. He gets away ahead of the front two, the second and third there. Nigel Stock and Aaron Thompson into the first corner he goes. Further back here, we've got Jonathan Gibbs just ahead of Dave Newsham. Let's see if everyone gets through the corner relatively safely. coming into turn 1. Oh, and there's a spin back there. That looked like Luke Bennett. I think it was Luke Bennett who spun. He has. And he'll rejoin at the back. And there's a next-gen car off in the background there. I think that was Lee Horn. Lee Horn is rejoining at the back again. It's been a terrible night for Lee Horn, who's meant to be battling for 8th in the championship. Carrying on. Look at that train of legends come down the hanger straight here at Silverstone. Headed by Matthew Addy in 7th there. And he's got Blaze Crawford behind and Gavin Allen in the green car, taking a lunge up the inside, going into Stowe corner. And he's trying Matthew Addy as well. This might be 2 in 1 corner here for Gavin Allen. He has to complete the move going into club. He has the outside in slightly behind. Into the corner we go and look further up here. That's Harry Melvin on the inside of Jamie Doyle. He spins. Going around club corner, hitting the curb a bit too hard. And look at all these cars so close together. And back there was an incident. I'm not entirely sure who that was. In fact, it says it was Dan Holland. Look at all those cars. There was 3 wides, 4 wides even. And Dan Holland couldn't get up the inside of William Foyle. Oh, in fact, it was the 14 car of Vincent Salas who did spin from that. And it's a spin for Dave Newsham coming out of Abbey. He collects Ollie Peters. And where is everything going on? Oh, let's get a replay of that. Come on, come on, come on. Let's try and find it. I cannot even find where that was. Let's keep it going from here. Hope we don't miss any action when it actually happens. That was a 4 wide situation going into turn 1 there. Oh, and it punches up. Matthew Addy came in a bit too sharp there. Oh, and Ollie Peters turned around Dave Newsham. And McNally got collected as well. Nutters won't be happy about that. But Dave Newsham carries on. Further back in the pack, Bobby Thompson. I think Bobby Thompson is down in 20th at the moment. Heading the field is Aaron Thompson, long gone. 2nd place is Jamie Dury. Jamie Dury is going for 5th in the championship. And at the moment, it's going well for him. William Foyle is his rival, but William Foyle is in 10th, having started much further down the order. We've got Bobby Thompson there, who's actually in 4th. 16 places gained already, with Gordon Much gaining 15 places. Brilliant start to their races. Jonathan Gibbs alongside Bobby Thompson, who's making a move for 3rd place already. Bobby Thompson, who has been prey to Gordon Much for much of the night. And he'll want to stay ahead and gain more and more positions. Nearly 3 wide coming into the corner. Gordon Much on the inside as well on Jonathan Gibbs. And he's now looking to the outside of Jonathan Gibbs, having not completed the move. Bobby Thompson guarded from Stephen Daley. And round the outside goes Gordon Much. He might be able to get Stephen Daley on the inside going into club. Brilliant move from Much there. Holds on to the inside. Will not be able to move across just yet on Stephen Daley. As we come down towards turn 1. Through Abbey they go, side by side, and Gordon Much will take the position here. He moves across to take 4th place and now has Bobby Thompson in his sights. And the Nutters, sadly, it hasn't been Dave Newsham's season. 7th place, still thoroughly good, and in my books, one of the most improved drivers of the season. But I'm sure he'll be ready to bounce back next year, or next season, should I say. Mikey Doble is up 17 places from the back of the grid. 8th place he is right now, and it's been a much better race for our champion. Coming into the corner, Luke Bennett not giving much room, and Mikey Doble hangs on to that inside and will not be able to complete the move just yet. He has to complete it going into club here. We saw Gordon Much do that, and Gordon Much has already passed Bobby Thompson. We'll get a replay of that, but Mikey Doble will have to try at another corner. Gordon Much did overtake Bobby Thompson round the outside, the same move that we were just referencing. Hangs on to the outside, does very, very well there. Gordon Much told, in fact I'll take a look now, has a 7,000 I rating. And 7,000 in it is in the region of pro category. He's A licensed from what I can see, but 7,000 I rating is thoroughly good on iRacing. Further up here, oh, and Bobby Thompson biting back at Gordon Much. What a battle this has been. Let's get a quick replay before we get to the end of Stowe. And a big move going into the hairpin there, and Gordon Much had to give him room. Right, let's catch back up. These two. Oh, it's 3 wide going into Stowe corner. Stephen Daley backs out of it. Bobby Thompson not giving much room. Didn't get a good run coming out of Stowe corner there. Side by side coming into Club. We know Gordon Much loves this line going around Club. He's being pushed along by Stephen Daley. Into the corner he goes. That wasn't as clean as he has been before. Bobby Thompson hanging on to the outside. He uses all the runoff area and a little bit more, but Gordon Much might have taken the position again here. No, he's still side by side with Bobby Thompson as we come down the main straight, the Lewis Hamilton straight. Coming into Abbey we go. The winner of race 1 and race 2 versus the runner-up of race 1 and race 2. Thompson on the right from our point of view. Gets back in front. Is he able to come across and guard the corner? Yes, he is. Gordon Much had to avoid rear end contact on Bobby Thompson. And Stephen Daley, we haven't mentioned him. He's just hanging on to this side-by-side action here, doing brilliantly there. But Jonathan Gibbs, Luke Bennett and Mikey Doble are looking to join in with this battle. While this is going on, it's allowing Aaron Thompson and Jamie Dury to stay up front, long and clear from these guys. Much looks to the outside of Bobby Thompson. And Bobby Thompson hangs on to the inside to defend the corner, comes across to stop Much trying to get the undercut. Bobby Thompson still forcing Much to take that outside line, now moves across to defend it. Nice Mikey Doble back there on the outside of Luke Bennett, but couldn't quite make the move work. Mikey Doble, I know he's had the championship wrapped up, so he hasn't really been full focus, but it hasn't been the best of nights for Mikey Doble. He'll be looking to get much better result out of this race here. Thompson just ahead of Much. He's got to work really hard. Like the battles he's had with Mikey Doble all season, Gordon Much is one of the A-listers clearly of this driver league we've got. And back here we've got Luke Bennett alongside Jonathan Gibbs. Much has completed the move on Thompson, but Gibbs will hang on ahead of Bennett. Much comes across the fence from Thompson, but Stephen Daley's got a very good run on the outside. Daley is being very, very patient, just hanging on to the outside there. It's now 3 wide going into Stowe. Thompson is in the middle. Daley backs out of it and will come underneath Thompson. Now to the outside as we come down Vale towards Club. Oh, and it could be 3 wide. Thompson with a big late break. Daley backs out of it, knowing it's just turned to 3 wide. But now Thompson is hanging on the outside. Might lose the position to Daley here if he's not careful, and Much hangs on to the position. Bennett is spun back there. Let's get a quick replay of that. There was contact between him and Gibbs, potentially. Oh, he hits the curb and spins it round, and Mikey Doble just about avoids him. Very well done by Mikey Doble. Back with the pack here. Bobby Thompson's down to 5th place. Gordon Much has stretched a little bit clear with Daley and Thompson battling. Coming out of Village. Thompson with a good run on Daley. Thompson will see the pink car disappearing. Not into the distance per se, but stretching a little bit of time ahead. We've got other championship positions to think about tonight. And in this race, Ollie Peters is one of them, back here in 13th place. He's battling with Dan Holland for the championship. I don't think Dan Holland is in this race. I can't see his name. So as it stands, Ollie Peters will wrap up 3rd in the championship. Has something happened to Jamie? No, nothing has happened to Jamie Dury. But Jamie Dury has moved into the lead. Where has that happened? Because it was telling me he was 2nd just a moment ago. Yeah, but Jamie Dory, our league host, in the lead. In fact, it happened here. Coming into club, I think that was a lap ago, actually. I don't know how he managed to miss that. Gets the undercut and passed. Brilliant move by Jamie Dory. He won race 2 at not South Boston, the Thompson Speedway last week. Now looking further back in the pack, this is Harry Melvin versus Gavin Allen and Dave Newsham. The Nutter in 15th place. Let's keep an eye on further up. Gordon Much getting clear of Daley and Thompson. Sets his sights on Aaron Thompson ahead. Bobby Thompson can't quite find his way past Stephen Daley just yet. Mikey Doble is up to 6th place. 19 places gained for him. Gordon Much is already up the inside though. And past Aaron Thompson. Did sadly miss that. Apologies for that. There's the replay. Glad this isn't racing. A big lunge up the inside from Gordon Much. Heavy move going into Stowe Corner there. It's been a masterclass from Gordon Much today. Might he be a healthy candidate for the championship next season? Aaron Thompson in all sorts of bother here, losing position after position on this lap. He'll lose position to Bobby Thompson and Stephen Daley here and drops to 5th. Now Jamie Dory, with 3 minutes to go, has got the charging Gordon Much behind him. Gordon Much could make it 3 from 3 tonight, but he's got to hunt down the league host. Bobby Thompson's into 3rd place and a big lunge up the inside there from Aaron Thompson on Stephen Daley. Stephen Daley's given him room. He's given everyone plenty of room tonight. But it's been a great night from Stephen Daley, just hanging on to outside manoeuvres. Driving very, very well tonight. Gordon Much gaining massively on Jamie Dory here. That gap is just coming down and down and down. Gordon Much, 7,000 iRating, so it really does show the high amount of skill Gordon has. And he now tries the inside of Jamie Dory. Dory will try and hang on to the inside for the next corner of club here, and does. Back here we've got Mikey Doble against Aaron Thompson, and Mikey Doble didn't really know what to do there. Oh, and in fact there's more going on back there. I think that's William Foyle. He was involved in something there. He's got loads of bodywork missing. Bodywork that I think my face was all over, as he's done some sort of a tribute to me. But let's just get a replay of William Foyle getting collected there. We saw Aaron Thompson spin, running up into Aaron Thompson. Oh, and he does get collected by Aaron Thompson's unsafe rejoin there. But let's resume. Oh, and there's the move for the lead, and Jamie Dory and Much come together, and Jamie Dory hits the wall, and he collects Bobby Thompson. Oh my word. Right, here's what happened. The move from Much on the inside of Jamie Dory. The two come together. Hard to tell what happened there. Hits the tyres and goes straight up into Bobby Thompson. Nothing Thompson or Jamie Dory could do about that incident between them two. But now in the clear is Gordon Much. And that is Bobby Thompson out of the race. And we're stuck on that camera, we'll go to that one. But Gordon Much is now in the clear. He'll have one more lap remaining on this very dark Silverstone evening here. End of the championship, we'll see a triple win from Gordon Much. Stephen Daley in second, 22 places gained from Mikey Doble. What a brilliant drive this has been in this race. Seb Hopkins has had a good night here. And a good battle between him and Salas here. And Salas run too wide. Gibbs in 5th place gets the position from him. Jamie Dory has resumed. He's in 9th place. Oh, and a big snap of oversteer there. William falls off in the infield. What actually happened to him there? Was there contact involved? Ah, the rear end just gave in, going around the loop there. And as we said earlier, once these cars get sideways, it's very difficult, to save them. Dave Newsham up to 10th place. The Nutters will be happy right now. He's just ahead of Ollie Peters here, just behind Jamie Dory, back in 9th place. So Jamie Dory, who William Paul would have seen spin earlier, and oh, I've missed the end of the race here. Gordon Much wins the race with Stephen Daley 2nd and Mikey Doble 3rd position. Seb Hopkins 4th with Vincent Salas in 5th position. Luke Bennett comes through in 6th. Jonathan Gibbs 7th. Dan Holland does come through in 8th. I didn't see him earlier, but he does come through in a very healthy 8th position. Jamie Dory 9th. Dave Newsham, that rounds out the top 10. Ollie Peters, and I think that has secured 3rd in the championship for Ollie. Harry Melvin, and this is a very picturesque end to the season we're seeing right here. Takes 12th position. Well, it's been a very, very thrilling end to the season, and here are the results of race 3. Gordon Much takes 3 from 3 tonight. A winning race 3, a winning race 2, and a winning race 1, and qualifying pole position. Stephen Daley, a very impressive night for him. 2nd place in this race with Mikey Doble, our championship winner before tonight, but takes a podium tonight in race 3. Seb Hopkins, 4th position with Vincent Salas in 5th. Luke Bennett in 6th with Jonathan Gibbs in 7th. Dan Holland 8th with Jamie Dory in 9th. Dave Newsham 10th with Harry Melvin in 11th. Blaze Crawford 12th with Lee Horn in 13th. Aaron Thompson 14th, leading much of the race, but an incident dropped him down the order. Matthew Addy 15th. Gavin Allen 16th. Ian Crosby 17th. William Foyle in 18th. Jeff Perkis 19th. Nigel Stock 20th. Tom Delaney 20th. Ollie Peters 22nd, which has confused me because I thought he finished higher up. We'll get a confirmation on the championships a bit further on. Bobby Thompson 23rd, Dave Whitehouse 24th, Liam McNally 25th with Donovan Strauss in 26th. And we have got a few interviews lined up. We'll get them started very, very soon here. In fact, we're able to bring in the Nutter himself, Dave Newsham, the star of the show for much of the season. You've been a very... Well, on the Facebook chat, you certainly have, Dave. All of your fans, including Kay Baker, who else we got? Yeah. Who else we got? All of them come in force to support you on the live streams. It's been a pretty good season from you. 7th place, I believe you have tied up now. But did you come into this season sort of wanting a bit more than that?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. But I just seem to keep getting taken out for some reason. Pretty much every meeting, pretty much every race, I've ended up getting taken out for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, maybe it's my fault. I don't know. But but it's been good fun. It's been really good fun anyway. It's fun, and yeah, it's a shame we didn't finish further up. We missed a round because I had to go testing with Callum, but that didn't help. But yeah, it's been great fun.
Yeah, it has been fun to watch as well, and I think it's more luck hasn't been on your side this season. I think we'll put it down to that. Are we going to see you next season?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah, these are a good bunch of guys to go racing with, and yeah, it's really good fun, and yeah, the racing's good as well. So the usual guys are clean drivers, and you always like to play to race with clean drivers.
Yeah,
and they're a good crack as well. So it's yeah, I'll be back.
Absolutely, good to hear. What's been the highlight of the season for you?
Ooh, I don't know.
Thinking hard about that one.
Did I win a race? I think I might have won a race. Did I?
You won at... It was either Daytona or Oran Park, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it was. No, I don't know, to be honest. It's I don't know if there's a highlight or not. There's been really good races. There's been some really good racing and been some crap racing as well. But no highlight. It's just been good fun.
Excellent. That's good to hear. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we head on to the next interview?
Just for Newsham Nutters. They tune in every single weekend, every single week. So it's good. It's good that they're still here supporting me after all these years. and now they're supporting Callum as well. Callum tried to join in tonight, but he had some computer issues.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah,
he managed to get it sorted for the last race, but the grid was already set, so he couldn't get in there. But yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, that is a shame. Hopefully we see you and Callum back next season. But 7th in the championship, Dave. Well done on that, and we'll see you very, very soon. Good luck to your real life racing as well.
I don't do real life racing anymore.
Oh, not anymore?
No.
I should have done my research on that.
Since my last touring car race, I haven't stepped foot in a racing car really, apart from spannering Callum's. So
there we go. So good luck to Callum then.
Yeah, I'm the Spannerman sponsor, truckie driver coach for Callum. So that's my role now. And I'm enjoying it. It's good fun.
Good stuff. Well, yeah, again, congratulations for 7th in the championship, Dave. We'll see you next season.
See you next season.
Thank you. And that was Dave Newsham. Next, we are going to bring in the man, the myth, the legend, the man who also hosts a league on NXTGEN, Lee Horn. And I'm just trying to find out, Lee, where you actually finished in the championship, because it was real close between you and Jeff Perkis coming into the final race there. But yeah, not been your night, Lee, but you've had a pretty good season.
No, it's been thoroughly enjoyable. Tonight, as I've disappointed myself because obviously front row grid start for race 2, and I threw it away purely off my own. Getting far too excited for being up the front start for a change. Forgot to blip and so locked the rear diff, and so that's where I had the wobble. And then unfortunately, it looked like Gordy come down obviously on the outside of me, and I was there as well. And it was just a innocent touch between the two of us, but unfortunately, it speared me straight off the track. So that was race 2 done, and then race 3 just there. Unfortunately. It just let go on me. I think it's because I just took a little bit of curb. And because I wasn't even on the power. But no, it's been really cool. And I did have a quick look, actually, before we started that race to see where things stood. Took a quick screenshot, and I actually sent it to Jeff. And I went, Jeff, where are you starting? Because we were 1 point apart and then 3 points off of Steve Daley. Stephen Daley obviously finished further up. Me and Jeff had nightmares, but I finished in front of Jeff. So we were both talking to each other in Discord just then, saying like how disappointed we were that it didn't go so well and we didn't have a battle. But no, it's been a really good season. These cars are they're proper drivers' cars, very tricky to drive, but great fun and really nice to share some track time with obviously some real race drivers, and it allows us to get a few hints and tips from them as well as the very quick sim guys. So really good.
Absolutely. It's great to see you sim racers get your elbows out with the pro drive as well. But yeah, can confirm 9th in the championship, Lee. So if we said to you in a grid with Bobby Thompson, Mikey Doble, Dan Holland, Chaz Cleland, Gordon Much, I suppose he's only done one race, Dave Newsham, etc. If someone told you would have finished in the top 10, how would you have reacted?
There'd have been a very big grin on my face and said I'd have said I'm looking forward to finishing in the top 10 if that was the case. But yeah, no, it's a nice surprise. I love my sim racing. I don't really mind where I come. It's good when you're successful and you get up the sharp end. But it's being in the thick of it with other drivers and to be in this nice position to be with household racing names as well as your mates that you race with every week. Anyway, it's really good fun. I love it.
Excellent stuff. Good to hear. Ambitions for next season, then?
Yeah, try not to spin so much.
They're tricky cars, aren't they? If this season has told us anything, they're very, very tricky cars, and one tiny mistake, and that's it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I started off a complete novice to them at the beginning of the season. With a nice few helpful tips from the likes of Bobby, who's hung around with us after the races and had a chat and give me and Will a little bit of a couple of coaching sessions and stuff like that. And it's the times have certainly progressed and got better. So I look forward to another exciting season. If I can get another top 10 again, I'll be really pleased. So that was my aspirations.
Excellent stuff. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to on the broadcasts?
Well, to be honest, the likes of yourselves and Jamie putting in the effort to run, host, broadcast, commentate the championships. Drivers, obviously, for turning up and being a part of it all. And obviously anyone that supports on the outside, watching us and sharing and liking what we do. So, just a big thanks to all that get involved.
Excellent stuff. Well, Lee, well done on 9th place, and we will see you on Tuesday nights, obviously. But other than that, we'll see you next season for the next Legend Series.
Indeed. Thanks very much, Alex. Cheers.
No worries. So there we go. That was Lee Horn, and now we are pulling in a man we talked to earlier, a man who has secured 4th in the championship. Jamie Dorey, 5th place is yours. If we said to you at the start of the season, in a field, I said a very similar question to Lee, but in a field with Bobby Thompson, Mikey Doble, Chaz Cleland, Gordon Mutch, that you were going to finish 5th in the championship, how would you have reacted?
I don't think that's appropriate for stream, but yeah, no, I'm over the moon. I mean, yeah, it was great racing, great season. Looking forward to the next one, and hopefully try and climb a bit more.
Absolutely. And one of the highlights of that 3rd race, though, just something that popped into my mind, a little bit of an incident in race 3 that might have denied you the win, potentially a podium. What actually happened on the back straight there?
I gave I can't remember his name now.
Gordon Mutch?
Yeah, I gave Gordon some room going into the right hand, hoping he'd compromise his exit so I could get on the power a bit sooner going down the straight. I went towards the edge of the track and I had to come back on because there's quite a strict slowdown there. And I was trying to come across, but unfortunately I don't think he left room, which came to wheel-to-wheel contact and unfortunately speared me off into the barrier. So, yeah, I mean, obviously we all race, we all go for the W, but with some of the drivers out there, realistically, if you can get a podium, it's almost like a mini win. So I wasn't going to battle him too hard, but enough, to say I'm not a pushover. So yeah, it was just 2 into 1, and it's one of those things, unfortunately.
Yeah, very unfortunate because you were running very, very well in race 3. What would you say has been your highlight of the season?
No, to pick off the top of my head, I would say, to be honest, if I'm being brutally honest, when me, Dave Newsham and Bobby were at Donington Park, race 3, and before the museum straight, we were 3 wide and I managed to overtake them both around the outside. A personal highlight. Other highlights would be just the sheer number and great quality grids with good racing.
Absolutely, and tonight was one of them, race 2 being one of the best races of the season. But before we head off, Jamie, I'm going to try and drag Ollie Peters in for an interview to congratulate him on 3rd. But anyone you want to give a shout out to before we head off?
No, not really. I mean, obviously to yourself for doing this, it's a big help. You've done, a stellar job. And to everyone else for turning up and racing, and, long may it continue, and let's go for the next step, which is make it even bigger and get a lot of nationalities on board.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations for 5th in the championship, Jamie. Congratulations on putting on a great championship. We'll see you next season.
Yeah, thanks a lot, mate. I'll move Ollie over now.
Here we go, and we're now going to speak to Ollie Peters, whether he likes it or not. Ollie Peters, congratulations, mate. You have finished 3rd in the iRacing NXTGEN Legends. If someone said to you at the start of the season you were going to finish 3rd in this championship against Bobby Thompson and Mikey Doble and all of them drivers, how would you have reacted?
I genuinely didn't think that would happen. No, I didn't expect myself to get 3rd at all. I thought maybe top 10 might happen after the pre-season, but no, I'm really happy with 3rd.
Yeah, you absolutely should be. And you did manage to get a race win under your belt. Yes, you did last week at Thompson Speedway. But you probably picked that one. But what was the highlight of your season, would you say?
I don't know.
I've had that answer a lot.
Yeah. No, probably, maybe not that first, but some of the podiums I've had. I think I've had a couple. Those are probably my favourite results. Because those were normally reverse grid ones and holding off the faster drivers. Yeah, good fun.
Yeah. Well, highest of the sim races as well, with the real life races, Mikey Doble, Bobby Thompson ahead of you. You're in quite a league of drivers, so highest of the sim races. That must feel real good in your in your first Legend Series.
Yeah, proper happy. Hopefully, when the actual pros versus sim possibly for next season, we'll do it again.
Absolutely. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before I release you from the clutches of my commentary booth?
Just the guys that run the league, really. It's been great. First time I've been with NXTGEN guys and yourself at Crest. It's been really good. I've enjoyed it.
Excellent. And we're going to see you next season, aren't we, Ollie?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Good stuff. Well, Ollie, congratulations on third in the championship. You take home that bronze trophy, medal, whatever they're giving you. Yeah. We'll see you next season. Congratulations.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
There we go. And we have no more interviews, unfortunately. It would have been nice to have spoken to Bobby Thompson, but he might have been a bit down in the dumps after the unfortunate end to his race 3. But yeah, there wraps up another season of NXTGEN Racing. Season 20 is over and we move on into a new season. Season 21 or just new championships going on forward. But either way, when it comes to iRacing, hosted by Jamie Dory, hosted by NXTGEN Racing, we will see the Legends return in a few weeks' time. Please do subscribe to the channels. NXTGEN Racing on Facebook, Crest Autosport on YouTube and Twitch for providing the coverage. We will see you very soon for a brand new season of NXTGEN Racing iRacing Legends. Thank you for watching. Good night.